Jason, it's so great to actually catch up with you again. We've crossed paths before on the con circuit long time ago. I did have a blast seeing your live show when you came to the Houston Improv. You've done it all, man. I'll tell you that.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah, I had a fun time. And honestly, I brought my now wife with me. She loved seeing you perform. She was very new to kind of Jay and Silent Bob. I've been introducing her slowly, but she laughs the most when you're on screen.
Awesome. I love that. Love it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing that. I actually just got back from Austin, Texas. So very funny that Houston, Austin. Yeah.
You're honorary Texan in our eyes. And yeah, you've done it all: movies, TV, voice work, performing on stage. I got to ask, like, what do you enjoy most about traveling, hitting the different cities, and connecting with fans on such a personal and high energy way?
It's awesome to see the different, for me, I would say one of my favorites is seeing how people have, like you said, I meet people who have introduced their significant others to us. I've had like grandmas that are 75, like, their daughter who's 55 introduced them. Then they have 20-year-old kids who they've introduced the movies to. Like, I love how it's been generational. Like, we've been, it's been 31 years of Jay and Silent Bob, and again, it seems like it just keeps getting passed on to one generation to the next, or significant others. And I get to hear those stories, so it's really great, and I get to see it too, especially at the conventions.
Yeah, and you stay busy meeting with fans, doing cool projects, and like one of your latest projects is this Bluntman's Chronic, and it's a cool collab you got with Jeter and National Lampoon. And then you got that short coming out, The Donut Shop, which I'm looking forward to. Just sounds like a really wild and fun combo. So I got to ask about this whole collaboration when it comes together. Like, how did it come about? And what was your first reaction when you heard the pitch for something like this?
It came about because, Kevin, we were going into this store, and Kevin and a bunch of our friends go in and get Jeter all the time. And, that one of the store owners, I believe, had told the Jeter guys, like, oh my God, Kevin comes in all the time and gets Jeter. And they were like, well, we love Kevin. And then they gave him a goodie bag. And then Kevin, then they reached out and said, hey, we would love to do something. And I'm sure there's more to it. Again, a lot of my wife runs Kevin's company. They're business partners, and she's the smart one who's dealt with a lot of the back and forth. And I was just like, they're like, hey, guess what? We might be doing this collab with Jeter. And I was like, that's amazing. Just because I know it's a loved, beloved, like the product itself is amazing, and the way they go about marketing and all that is just genius. So again, for me, it's always, like you said, I just like to try to really get my foot into everything. We just collaborated with Call of Duty. We have Jay and Bob operator skins. Now the Jeter collaboration, and like you said, movies, stand up. I just really would love to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, worlds colliding. I love that. And I got to ask, what do you love most about jumping into fun projects like this that lets you revisit the fan favorite characters?
It's definitely fun to put the costume back on. It stings for me now, honestly, personally, because I don't have my real hair. Like, all the years of doing anything that had to do with Jay and Bob and putting the costumes on, it's always been my real hair. So just I've done like the 90s show, and now this, that I've had to wear a wig. And it's a real bummer because it's just frustrating. And I'm like, man, if I knew we were going to keep going, I probably would have kept my hair. I mainly cut it because I had a son. He's 2.5 now. But after about a year of having a new baby, and every time I picked him up and my hair would get caught in his hand, and I'd lean over and get stuck in the dirty diaper or whatever it is. Plus, I turned 50 last June. I just was like, you know what? It's time to cut the hair. I'm 50. I have a baby. He keeps getting my hair cut, but it is a bummer. But again, it's always fun. It's always fun to see the reaction because people like have, I walked on the set when we were filming the short, and I had dressed like this, tank top, no hat on or nothing, short hair, and everyone like sort of just was like, oh hey, had no idea who I was. And I walk right into the back, and then all of a sudden, I come out in the costume and the wig, and they're like, "Oh, there he is!" So it's fun to see the reaction. But and again, it's just always fun to work with Kevin. Kevin and I have been doing this together for 30-something years, and I just always have a blast with him and us being in the costume. So.
Yeah, it's fun though. You can go incognito now, it seems like these days, and kind of enjoy some normal life a little bit, I guess. And it's always great to see the products that y'all are teaming up to do. I've seen so many great products from y'all, so I'm excited for this and to see the shorts. I'm looking forward to that and sharing that with everybody. And actually, I just spoke with Kevin. I think it was last Friday. We're actually talking about the anniversary of Dogma, which is wild. 25 years. Can you believe it's been that long?
I can. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm so happy that it's finally been able to come back out and people are going to get to see it. People all the time. Again, another thing people say to me constantly at conventions or my stand up when I do my meet and greets and stuff is like, man, I've been dying to see Dogma again and rewatch it. And I had to find it on YouTube, and so it's so nice that it's going to be out in theaters again June 5th, but also it was fun for me because I got to go intro and do the Q&A afterwards. Kevin was a can, and I did the San Francisco screening, and to sit and watch it on the big screen again was so cool because I hadn't watched it on the big screen since 1999. So at the actual premiere of Dogma. So it was really cool for me to sit in the theater and get to watch it on the big screen and hear the audience reaction and all of that stuff. So
I wish I got to watch it on the big screen. I missed out in Houston. It sold out so fast those 2 nights out here in Houston. I luckily got to watch it at home, and I had my wife with me, and she loved it. She'd never seen it. That was her first time watching it. And like I said, anytime you were on screen, she just kept laughing and laughing. But nice. She loved that. She was like, this is a brilliant film. This is a topic that is awesome. The way they approached everything. You got a new fan. Every day you're getting new fans, which is fantastic.
Love that. And you get a chance again, though, to watch it on the big screen because I don't know how many screens they're putting it on, but I know that June 5th, it'll be out all over the place. So,
and that's the plan, to watch it on the big screen because it is truly a cinematic film at the end of the day. And I have to ask, what stands out most when you think about filming that movie?
Oh, for me, I would say what always stands out the most is that Kevin had told me beforehand, hey man, we have Alan Rickman. He's British. He's a serious actor. No joke. Like they invented acting, and he's like, you can't be messing up. You can't be, forgetting your dialogue and be like, oh man, I'm sorry. Can we go again? Can we do it again? And he really got me nervous about doing scenes with Ellen that I honestly, and not on purpose, but because I just kept reading my part and making sure I had every scene memorized. I had read it so much that I honestly memorized everyone's part. I literally had, I would say that every scene, every character, I could read their lines with them. And I did it because one of the days, Kevin, we were doing rehearsals and Jason Lee was like, had to do something. So he couldn't be there till later. And he's like, hey, can you read Jason Lee's dialogue for him? And I was like, yeah, I'll do his part for him while we're rehearsing. And he's like, well, you got to get your script. And I was like, I don't need my script. And and he didn't believe me, but I literally knew all of his scenes and was able to rehearse with the other characters without my script. So that's one of the things. I mean, there's a few things that stand out, but that definitely stood out. Working with Chris Rock, there was a scene we did in the subway, when we're in the train, not subway, but the train, and Chris Rock is like, Matt Damon's character grabs Linda Florentino, and Chris Rock's like, let her go. Just the way he said it and the behind the scenes, he had me laughing so hard that I messed up a couple takes. Kevin laughed at first, but then was like, "Bro, stop! We can't keep we can't. They're gonna get annoyed that we keep messing up, and I have to cut because you're laughing over the scene." So I had a blast on the movie. Pittsburgh was awesome. Filming was awesome.
Yeah, that cast. I mean, so many great movies over the decades, but I feel like that movie has the most unicorn cast ever. It's random, but it's brilliant, and it's the best of the best of all sorts of types of actors. It's definitely one of the best films ever made, and everything y'all make is just fantastic. It's part of cinematic history for me. Everything y'all contribute, which is amazing. I need to ask, out of all these Jay and Silent Bob appearances over the years, which one has caught you off guard, and how much love it got from fans that super surprised you?
I would say probably again Dogma, because everyone said it was my best and that they were really blown away. Like, I got a lot of feedback saying how good I was, but the reason that shocked me, it was because I know I've talked about this before, but prior to getting into the movie, I was sober. I was getting like I had gotten sober, and I had to go with Kevin to Pittsburgh 2 months early because he's like, "You're not leaving my sight. You're gonna hang with me. I'm gonna watch you. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna keep you busy, and you're gonna stay on the straight and narrow." So I had a month sober, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but middle of filming the movie, I started using again. I met this girl. I met this guy who was actually happened to be a dealer, and I started using in the middle of filming. And so there was many days that I was like so focused on like, well, all right, is the scene done? Is the scene done? I have to go back to my trailer because all I wanted to do is go back to my trailer and use again. And I know that not everyone else knows that, but my point is that in my head, I felt like I was distracted, and I felt like I really didn't give 100% to the each scene I did, because I was so distracted by wanting to get back to my trailer. And I was shocked when it came out how many people said how good I did, and they felt like it was one of my best performances and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, it's such a solid performance from you, and I also appreciate how open you have been over the years about your journey and your usage, and which helps a lot of people out there and sharing your story. So I have to thank you for that, because I know how helpful you've been to many people out there.
Thank you.
Lastly, I do want to ask this. I know you're a big time gamer. You game all the time. I don't know how you game all the time, because I'm trying to get back into gaming.
It's tough. It's tough. I wanted to play today again. Each day I wake up, I'm like, today's the day. I'm like, I don't have anything to do. My kids are at school, and then I look at my calendar and I'm like, oh, I have to do these interviews, which is fine. Yeah. It's fine, but we're also renovating our home, and today the post alarm system guys come, so I have to go meet them when I'm done with these interviews, and it's fine. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's not easy. Things like today, each day. Yesterday, I went to my kid's recital, and she had a ballet recital, and I also had a meeting with a couple guys about something else. And anyway, but yes, yeah. But tell me, you're trying to get back into gaming.
Well, gaming is very hard, but like back in the day, I used to game all night. But Jay and Silent Bob has been part of a bunch of fun games lately, getting dropped into these video games. Which other video game world would you like to be dropped into, and how do you think your characters would survive it?
Oh, I'll be honest. I know that this is sort of the I don't want to say competition. They're different, but I really like Fortnite, and I would really love to get Jay and Bob skins in Fortnite. So I really, so call my two favorite games, honestly. Is Call of Duty. I've been playing that for so many years, and Fortnite about 3 years ago, I started playing. So I go back and forth. I play Apex. I got to be in fall. I didn't not as Jay and Bob, but I got to be in Fallout 76, a character named Mort, which was so much fun and so excited. But yeah, I think if we could get skins in another game, I think it'd be really cool to get Jay and Bob. Because I already have planned. My friend drew it out. Him and I can the glider would be the I assure you we're open glider. The harvesting tool would be the Movies to Cow, like a golden calf staff, pickaxe, and then the back bling would be the Suzanne the monkey, So it's like I've already got it planned out, and I think it would be awesome. And just like Call of Duty with the operator skins, I think it'd be cool. Like they have Beast Boy in there, and Beast Boy, you hit the emote, and he turns from Beast Boy into a gorilla. It would be awesome, I think, because we could have Jay and Bob, and you hit the emote, and we turn into Bluntman and Chronic, and I think that would be amazing. And I've had friends say, "Man, I'm trying to reach out," but yeah, no luck. So
we'll put it out there. We'll put this clip out there, and this is going to help a lot too. And I will say this:
I hope.
I would also love to see y'all in like Mortal Kombat. That'd be fun.
That would be a lot. I mean, I would love to be in many games, honestly. It would be any games we're in, like it would be fun. Even like, even like Fall Guys, a Jay and Bob Fall Guys characters. And, so Apex. I really like Apex. They have not that we're Marvel, but Marvel Rivals game, really dope right now too. So, I mean, there's so many. Dead by Daylight, horror versions of us.
I love how much of a gamer you are. Jay, you're definitely a nerd like all of us out here in Nerdtropolis. It's always great catching up with you, and let's connect when you return to Houston.
Yeah, please, definitely. I will definitely see you there. And please come to my Twitch. Twitch is Jmewes, JayMews on Twitch. And like I said, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. So come play if you get a chance. I play usually when the kids are at school around 10, 11 o'clock LA time, or at night when the family's asleep.
Well, I'll see you on there then. That'll be a great time. Thanks again, Jay. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great day.